Beautiful soul, light seeker, peace lover, students on the path of meditation. Good day, using Bali time. Hopefully you are healthy, happy, and even holy in your place wherever you are. Thank you very much for allowing yourself to be dispelled by the light which is flowing through me. The light only flowing through me. Thank you for thousands of beautiful friends this morning. There are thousands of friends who joined our guided meditation this morning. Some from Bali, some from outside Bali. Even some of beautiful friends come from outside Indonesia. Thank you. If you learn the law of attraction, especially, you know this law very well. If you are butterfly, you will be interested in beautiful garden. If you are like a dolphin, you will keep seeking the ocean. In short, in this realm, everything has its own couple. The butterfly, the place of butterfly is beautiful garden. The place of lotus is in the mud. The place of dolphin is in the huge ocean. Everything has its own place. If you want to have a beautiful and lucky life, do not forget to develop a beautiful heart inside, because luck and all those beautiful experiences in life can be easily found by someone who have beautiful heart. It is hard to imagine that flies can visit the beautiful garden very often. It is hard to imagine. Not saying impossible, but it is hard to imagine. It is hard to imagine that the birds can swim in the ocean. It is hard to imagine. In the same way, it is hard to imagine that there will be peaceful and happy life if you have a negative and critical mind, if you have a heart which is not beautiful. For that reason, I keep sharing the light to you all of you again and again. Focus on developing peaceful mind and beautiful heart. The rest will naturally come to you. Focus on developing beautiful mind and beautiful heart. The rest, simply surrender the rest. That is the message that I keep sharing to all of you. By the time we are waiting another 10 minutes to 12 o'clock Bali time, since this model is very important, this is the model of healing and peace that we develop in the spiritual family of compassion. We have developed this model for more than 10 years. There are thousands of close friends in meditation session especially have been healed because of this model of healing. Simple but deep model of healing. No matter you pray or not, no matter you believe in God or not, no matter you believe in religion or not, life keeps flowing. From day to night, from week to another week, from 1 year to another year. Keep flowing. That is the cycle of time. No one can stop it. The challenge then, if you stay at the edge of the circle, here, the symbol of crying eyes, you will keep suffering from time to time, protesting, blaming, complaining, never saying thank you, never saying gratitude. That is the characteristic of suffering soul who live at the edge of the circle. Suffering soul. That's why the symbol is the crying eyes. So that's why I keep approaching all of you again and again. Leave behind the suffering soul. Say goodbye to all complaint and protest. Say goodbye to all kind of inner conflict. That is the way to saying goodbye to the crying eyes. Because this is the territory of illness, and the center of the circle is the territory of wellness. Illness, wellness. Don't forget, if you need 3 words, accept, flow, smile. If you need 2 words, silence and smile. If you need only 1 word, rest. That's why I keep sharing to you in guided meditation. In the more advanced level, meditation is to take a perfect rest. To perfect rest from any kind of inner conflict and inner critic. Especially because everything is the dancings of the same perfection. The Hindus call it everything is the dancings of the Shiva. The Buddhists call it everything is the smile of the same Buddha. That is how to transform your soul journey from the territory of illness to the territory of wellness. Accept, flow, smile. Silence and smile. 1 word, rest. From the beginningless beginning until endless ending, life is perfect as it is. The most important reason why Mother Nature lives far longer than us human beings, because Mother Nature lives as they are. The tree lives as the tree, the ocean lives as the ocean, the sky lives as the sky. The sky never compares themselves with the ocean never compares themselves with the land. The land is beautiful as the land, the ocean is beautiful as the ocean, the sky is beautiful as the sky. That is the most important reason why Mother Nature lives far longer than us, because they live as they are. That is another approach of living behind the territory of illness and approaching the territory of wellness. Don't forget, illness begins with I, wellness begins with we. If you want to grow from illness into wellness, remember living behind the word I, ego, selfishness, entering the word of we. There are many approaches that are available, but the most important approach that I suggest to you is learn to be happy by making the others happy. Learn to be happy by making the others happy. This is a kind of medicines that I keep drinking to my soul. I keep drinking that medicine to my soul. And the fruit is very beautiful. My health is far better than before I retire. The quality of my relationship with the close person, like my wife, much better. And also some of beautiful friends in unseen realm also very friendly to me. Include those scary lower beings. They are very friendly to me. It is because I keep training myself, growing from the territory of illness into the territory of illness. Excuse me, from the territory of illness into the territory of wellness. At the center of the circle, as you all know, there is only peace and stillness. Peace and stillness. No matter life keep growing from one day to another day, no matter life keep flowing from one year to another year, at the center of the circle, there is only stillness and peace. That's why I keep persuading all of you, take a rest. Take a rest. As soon as you rest the mind in this moment as it is, all the energy draining from the mind will totally stop. As a result, body have a self-sufficient energy inside. In the moment when the body have self-sufficient energy inside, the body has all the ability to heal itself, include healing yourself from chronic illness like cancer. Yeah. There are a lot of friends who asking the same question from one time to another time. This morning, one of a beautiful lady from Jakarta asking a beautiful question in Facebook. Guruji, I have a problem with lupus. Any spiritual suggestion? I said to this beautiful lady from Jakarta, first of all disease, include the lupus, closely related with lack of nutrition. Nutrition in this case is not only biological nutrition, but also psychological and spiritual nutrition. Be careful with your nutrition. Yeah. What I'm saying, me, I was very active when in the teenagers, especially because I love riding motorcycle. Forgive me, beautiful soul, beautiful heart, wherever you are. There is a little bit technical matter here that make us disconnected for a few seconds. It's okay, it is okay. It is part of our spiritual journey. It's okay. Since now it's raining here in Ashram Avalokiteswara, in the high mountain in northern Bali, it is now raining. Sometimes a little bit problem with internet connection. Again, when it comes to the nutrition, be balanced. Since I was very active in young age, especially when I was a teenager, I loved to ride motorcycle. I was very active. I tried to choose a nutrition which is more passive. What I mean more passive is fruit, vegetable, and consuming less active nutrition like egg, fish, and also meat. I consume meat and fish, but in a very small percentage, because as I said before, my young age was very active. So that's why I try to balance my body by consuming more passive nutrition in old age. That is the idea of balance. That is biological nutrition. Be balanced. And don't forget the high variety of plant-based food. When it comes to psychological nutrition, among all psychological nutrition, the most suggested psychological nutrition is positive thinking. Look at everything from the positive point of view. Not the positive which is the enemy of the negative. No. The positive which is part of the holistic. You know, this morning I was supposed to bring 2 computers from my room upstairs, but I forgot one of the computers. I returned back, climbing the stair, whispering to myself, that's okay. It is part of the exercise. That is positive thinking, Here in Ashram, whenever I deliver spiritual message using social media live, sometimes there is technical problem, but I never got angry, never. The reason why I keep seeing the things that happen from the positive point of view, at least making me more patient from time to time, making me more mature from one time to another time. There is always positive point of view, even for the most negative things that happen in life. That is psychological nutrition. The first one is biological nutrition. The second one is psychological nutrition, which is positive thinking. Positive thinking, which is closer to the holistic one. The third nutrition is spiritual nutrition. When it comes to spiritual nutrition, try to combine between being balanced and spiritual connection. If you spend most of your time inside the room, sometimes walk outside. If you spend most of your time in the office, looking for money, learn to be balanced by loving your family. If you spend most of your young age to make yourself happy, learn to make it balanced by making the others happy. The first part of spiritual nutrition is being balanced. Your spiritual nutrition will be far better or even perfect if you can combine between being balanced and being well connected. You may have a question how to make our soul well connected. Say thank you as often as possible, especially whenever you pray. The most beautiful prayer that available here on earth is thank you, thank you, thank you. Whenever happen in life, whether sad and glad, pain, pleasure, blame or praise, see all of them from the gratitude point of view. Gratitude, that is the key word to make your soul well connected. Whenever you pray, remember to pray using the word thank you, thank you, thank you. The combination between being balanced in one hand and being well connected on another hand, that is the best spiritual nutrition. That is my answer to one of beautiful lady from Jakarta this morning. She got a lupus and asking for the beautiful message. And my answer, behind all disease, there is always lack of nutrition. And the nutrition in this case is biological nutrition, psychological nutrition, and spiritual nutrition. Another thing, since immune system, 60% of the immune system is in the gut, pay attention to your gut. Pay attention, pay close attention to your gut. Because 60% of immune system is in the gut. Yeah. Another thing, to friends who have chronic illness like lupus, this lady from Jakarta, learn to heal yourself by using placebo effect. This is not something new. It has been happening more than 100 years. Many people are healed not because of the external medicine. They are healed because of the internal medicine. What is the internal medicine? It is your own faith. It is your own belief. Please strongly believe that you are able to heal yourself. Develop an inner faith that you will be able to heal your own lupus. Placebo. There was an explicit research from the University of Toledo the conclusion is very clear and clean. Those who are optimists tend to have a stronger placebo effect rather than those who are pessimists. Even though laboratorium tests and medical doctor concluded that you have a lupus, not saying that the medical doctor is wrong, no. Not saying that the laboratorium test is wrong, no. But what I am saying to you, medical doctor and laboratorium test is only one point of view. Remember, human body is the most complicated machine here on earth, the most complicated machine. It cannot be healed by using one discipline only, like psychology, like medical school, or even you cannot heal by using Holy Scripture only. It can be healed by using a multi-perspective way of thinking. Again, laboratorium test, the conclusions of medical doctor is only one point of view. There is another point of view, the point of view of placebo effect. Someone healed not because of external medicine, but someone is healed because of internal medicine. What is the internal medicine? Your own belief. So that's why I keep writing in social media, especially when you see no light outside, meet the light inside. And one of the beautiful light inside is your own belief. It is your own faith. Thank you to let the light wicks flowing through me to dispel some part of your inner darkness. Hopefully, I find you healthy and happy because of the guided meditation. Now, I will summarize to you my previous presentation about happiness is an inside job. Happiness is an inside job. One of the very important medicines in our time is happiness. Happiness. Even United Nations rank the happy country all over the world from year to another year. It is a strong sign that happiness is one of the most important medicines that we need nowadays in our cycle of time. In the past, when I was young, you should be successful first, then you can be happy. But in our cycle of the time is different, the opposite. You should be happy, then there is a possibility that you will succeed. You see, happiness in the past is considered to be the fruit. But in our time, happiness is both the fruit and also the materials of success. Let me repeat once again. In the old age, you should be succeed first, then you can be happy. But in our time, you should be happy first, then there is possibility that you will succeed. For that reason, let me refresh your memory the topic of happiness as an inside job. I keep sharing this story to all of you for more than 10 years. Even since I was still active as a CEO in the capital city of Jakarta, being the public speaker as well in Jakarta, I shared this beautiful story. Millions of people love this story. Imagine in one morning, your neighbor put a cow dung in front of your door. If you have negative thinking, then this cow dung will become a source of conflict between you and your neighbor. because you will consider, oh, cow dung always, a dirt. This cow dung make my doors dirty. Because of that, a conflict can happen between you and your neighbor if you have negative thinking. But if you have positive thinking, you will be able to see the cow dung in a more positive way. Wait, this is cow dung. If I put this cow dung under the flower tree, as a matter of time, this cow dung will become a beautiful flower. You see, the same cow dung can become a source of conflict if you have negative thinking. But the same cow dung can become a beginning of friendship, a bridge of friendship between you and your neighbor if you have a positive thinking. What I mean by happiness is an inside job. You can be easily happy if you have a positive thinking. Not the positive thinking which is the enemy of negative thinking. No, again it's not. It is the positive thinking which is part of the holistic thinking. The same spirit with the story of cow dung. The angry husband, the angry wife, the naughty children, losing job. It can become the source of suffering to you. It can become the source of happiness. It is totally depend on how positive or how negative your mind is. What I mean by happiness is an inside job. Anything negative can happen outside. Anything negative can happen outside. I do not want to mention about negative thing outside. It is against my vow. But anything negative can happen outside. But do not let them to steal your positive thinking. Any darkness can happen outside. But do not let the darkness outside steal your inner light. What I mean by happiness is an inside job is very simple. First of all, positive thinking. The second one, there is always positive sides from the most negative event in life. There is always. For that reason, anything negative can happen inside, but maintain the positive thinking inside. Anything negative can happen outside, but maintain your positive thinking inside. There will be a strong implication not only to your body, but also to your spiritual journey, your soul journey. There will be a wide and deep implication if you maintain your positive thinking all the time. Now I will elaborate to you what is the implications of positive thinking, the happiness inside. The first one, it will give a biochemical implication to your brain, the brain in the head. Some of you who learn neuroscience know, whenever you said to your brain that I am happy now, then there will be a biochemical reaction from the brain, no longer producing the health hormone like cortisol, the stress hormone like cortisol, but the biochemical reactions of the brain will produce the growth hormone like dopamine, oxytocin, and serotonin. If the brain keep producing dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, not only your immune system getting better, your digesting system and another system in your body also getting better. That is the first implication of positive thinking. First of all, to the brain in the head. The second implications of positive thinking is to your second brain in the gut. that the brain is not only exists in the head but also in the gut. If you are sensitive enough listening to the voice of your body, your gut keeps sending messages to you. Some of you who learn stress management in particularly know, in the moment of stress especially, there is something not positive happen in the gut. But in the moment when you are deeply happy because of positive thinking, the gut is far healthier. And they will give you a lot of guidance. Some of you who learn intuition in psychology know the gut is one of the important source of intuition. That is the second implications of positive thinking. The first one to the brain in the head, the second one to the brain in the gut. The third implications of positive thinking is its implication to the placebo effect. I keep telling to all of you, someone who healed by the placebo is someone who is healed not by the external medicine but healed by the internal medicine. What is the internal medicine? It is your own faith, your own belief. One of the very explicit research on the field of placebo effect comes from the University of Toledo. The conclusion is very clear. Those who are optimistic inside tend to have a stronger placebo effect rather than those who are pessimistic. It is hard to imagine that you can be optimistic if you have negative thinking. It is hard to imagine. Not saying it is impossible, but it is hard to imagine. But it is easier to develop optimism inside if you have a positive thinking. That is the third implication to your strength of your placebo. The fourth implications of positive thinking, happiness inside. It can influence even your gene, not blue gene, but the gene inside. Some of you who learn gene know, inside our body we have more than 25,000 genes. If you learn epigenetics, you can change your gene by changing your environment, especially by changing the perceptions about your environment. And the most important thing is the inner environment of the gene. Among those inner environment of the gene, the best environment is positive thinking. In short, you can change your gene by changing your thinking from negative thinking to positive thinking. The last implication, positive thinking also can make your heart much more beautiful. I read a lot about Helen Keller. The late Helen Keller is a lady who has a very beautiful heart. Even though she was blind, she keeps sharing to her own generation. I do not understand. I cannot see, but I am happy. But there are billions of people. They can see, but they are unhappy. You see, Helen Keller is one of the beautiful examples in here. How positive thinking can make her heart deeply beautiful. Some of you, this is the last implication. Some of you who study the law of attraction, if you are a beautiful garden inside, the butterfly of luck will keep visiting you. If you have beautiful pond, as a matter of time, there will be lotus blossom there. In the same way, if you have beautiful heart, You can be easily happy wherever you are. Because garden invite the coming of butterfly. The ocean invite the coming of the dolphin. The same thing happened to your beautiful heart. As soon as you have beautiful heart like the late Helen Keller, you can be easily happy. For that reason, in conclusion, what I mean by happiness is an inside job. Happiness is not the fruit of what happened outside. Happiness is the fruit of the quality of your courage inside. So that's why I keep sharing to my thousands meditation students. Happiness is the output of your own courage. My suggestion then, have a courage to be happy all the time. Any dark things can happen outside, any negative things can happen outside, but please develop a courage to be happy, because happiness is little thing to do with what happened outside. Happiness is something to do with your courage to be happy all the time. Among all courage that we have nowadays, the most important courage in our times, the courage to be happy. And please remember, happiness is not something to do with what happened outside. Happiness is an inside job. Deep thank you, beautiful soul, beautiful friend, beautiful heart. Deep thank you to light seeker, peace lover, the students on the path of meditation. Deep thank you to let us, the spiritual family of compassion, share some beautiful light to your inner darkness. Deep thank you. Remember, 6 p.m. Bali time this evening, I will deliver to you a new message. Bad weather makes good teamwork. How the challenges that our challenging time not weaken your soul journey, but strengthen your soul journey. That is the message. 6 p.m. Bali time. See you this evening, beautiful soul. Thank you, and thank you. Shanti, Shanti, and Shanti. Peace in the lower, peace in the middle, peace in the upper realm. Namo Lakheswaraya.